So for this video, we did a bit of a mare makeover. This is my unhandled Lusitano broodmare, Estrella. She is my training project and she is quite difficult. I've had her now a year and I have not given her a full bath. Okay, so here's my ragamuffin mare. The babies have chewed up her tail and she is a mess and she's been a little difficult to handle lately, but today I'm hopefully going to give her a bath and get her cleaned up. So when I bought her, her mane was roached and the top part of her tail was shaved and her tail was really fairly short. So her hair grows quickly, which is nice, but she's turning around so you can't see. Her tail is super fuzzy from her rubbing on it, and also it's really scraggly from the babies chewing on it. And I'm hoping we can get it cleaned up and looking nicer. So we'll see what we can do. Okay, so she has rolled. We have her in the cross ties. And it is hot today, so it's a good day to give a horse a bath. We have had a lovely mild summer, but it's about 100 degrees today. So, see that part of her mane is pulled out right there. And her tail is pretty bad. She's rubbing out the top part, so I have like a fungal shampoo I'm gonna put up there. And then the babies have chewed on it and tried to eat it, and I tried to keep it in a tail bag, but the tail bag would come off or the babies would pull on the tail bag. So the tail bag was semi-successful, but you can see, like, okay, stop swatting it. Her tail's pretty scraggly, so we want to clean that up and even it all up. So the first thing I wanted to do, both to get some dust and hair off of her and also to kind of get her to relax and enjoy the process, was to give her a curry all over. Even though she's really nervous about being handled and touched, she does enjoy grooming. There are places where she is ticklish or gets nervous to be touched, but she's getting there. Okay, shameless plug. I love Cowboy Magic products. What I like to do is just put a little bit in the bottom of a bucket and then fill it with water. So this way you're not using the shampoo at full concentrate for the body and everything, and it's easy to rinse out. For the ends of the tail or really dirty areas, I'll use more concentrated shampoo. So whenever you are washing or hosing down a horse, you should always start with the legs. Spray the front legs, work your way up to the chest and shoulders and neck. This is really important if the horse is hot, so that you don't give them muscle cramps. Here I slowed the video down so you could see a little better that I sprayed her teats and it really startled her. When you do start with the legs and work your way up, it does help them know what's coming and get less startled when water gets to sensitive areas. Here I was trying to get her used to getting her face sprayed a little bit and trying to do it really gently. I was having a hard time because the pressure coming out of the nozzle was a little bit inconsistent. Once I got a little bit done, I decided to quit there. So now I have my bucket with the diluted shampoo. I'm using a large body sponge to kind of put soap and water all over her. Then I have one of those little jelly scrubbers. I really like those. The horses like it too. And I feel like you can just kind of scrub in and get that soap down into the coat. So I'm alternating back and forth between getting her wet with a big body sponge and then using a jelly scrubber to really work the shampoo in. She was pretty nervous about some of the little tools I was using, so I was just constantly trying to reassure her. I used the soapy body sponge to really soak her mane, and then use my fingers to work the shampoo through her mane. So doing a tail, I find it really useful to use the soapy water and dip the tail in it. I usually am pretty aggressive about this and put most of the tail in it, but she was really nervous. You can't really tell from the video, but her butt was really tucked under and she was twitching the whole time I was working on her tail. After using the soapy water, I used some blue shampoo in the ends of the tail. The blue shampoo helps take the yellow out of the tail and kind of lighten it. It's kind of funny because I didn't realize how much I talked to her while I was doing this. Then I got some antifungal shampoo and scrubbed it into the top of her dock. I'm hoping that will take care of the tail rubbing problem. She has been wormed, so it isn't worms. I also noticed her back legs were still looking kind of grubby, so I went back and scrubbed those a bit. I skipped videoing rinsing her off, so the next step was getting some shoshin to put in her mane and tail as a detangler so that I could brush her mane and tail out. I will hardly ever brush the mane and tail out without putting a detangler in it first. Just like human hair, you want to make sure to start at the ends and work your way up and pull out as little hair as possible. So then I wanted to cut a bridal path. She was really nervous with me up on the stool and really concerned about the scissors. I just tried to work slow and show her what I was doing and try to build her confidence. Those funny noises were her snorting. Then I was ready to work my way through the tail. I really wanted to make sure that I got the shoshin in all the layers of the tail as much as possible. And again, started from the bottom of the tail and brushed my way up slowly and took any twists out with my fingers. So then I wanted to trim the tail. The way I was taught to trim the tail is kind of brush it straight. And then because the horses carry their tails slightly out from their bodies when they move, you want to put your forearm underneath the dock to kind of hold the tail away from the body, and then run your hand down and grasp the bottom of the tail to find where you want to cut. I want her tail long, but I picked a spot where it would be more full if I cut the straggly ends off. Okay, well, let's see how she looks. She's cleaner. Can't see very much in here, and we have a weird shadow. But her tail, I think, will look a lot better. Let's see. It's shorter. I would have liked to keep it long, but it's lying down flatter. It looks more full because we went ahead and shortened it where there were a lot of scrawny hairs. I gotta climb through these bars. Maybe it's better if I'm over here. She looks pretty, huh? I was gonna braid her mane, but she seemed like she was kind of on overload and like enough was enough. I was also gonna get the clippers out and actually show her the clippers and try to do her bridal path that way. But again, she feels like she's kind of had enough today. So I think that's it for today. I think the dirt came out of her tail pretty well. I like that it evened up. I'm just gonna let her mane grow out. I think she's beautiful with it. You're beautiful, huh? Are you a pretty girl?